Hello, I'm Tyler, or T-Zach, of T-Zach and Friends fame. And thanks to my pal Betsy here, you're going to get a behind-the-scenes look at one of our recording sessions for our upcoming Halloween special. So this will be fun. So, how's it been going? I know how it's been going. We've been talking a lot about it, but tell everyone else how it's been going.
Not really a Halloween episode, but I would always watch the Hex Girls episode of Scooby-Doo.
Yes!
Yeah.
In my, weathered adult age, where nothing gets me in the mood anymore, Scream Fortress always does. This is gonna be my magnum opus, I think, for a while. Right. Until our next big hit. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. If I just had $80 million, I could do that so much better. So we just finished recording a recording session. That was 2 hours long. Our sessions go on for a long time, but I've been splitting them up into multiple episodes lately. So that's what we're gonna do this time. So we record in Discord. We have our own little Discord channel that I just invite people to, and we just talk. I have little bots that record our conversations for us, so that takes care of that problem. So we do that. I also record my own voice in Audition, Adobe Audition, which is where I use to edit as well. And all I use for microphone wise is just this headset. It's a HyperX gaming headset. It's literally it's $60, and the microphone's great. No problem with it whatsoever. We also used this mic today, which actually sounds really good. The blue snowball mic. That's probably the one you've heard of if you're watching this. So then what I'll do is I will go back into Discord, and these bots will have the recordings that we just did. So all I have to do is go to the download link, and this is just how I do it. This is just one way to do it. Of course, I have to go back into this, and this kind of seems shady, but it's not. A lot of people use this. The UI is not very cool, but it is what it is. So okay, so this is the bot that I use for Discord is called Craig, and what it does is it gives me a download link. Usually it does multi-track and single track, so the single track is it's all combined into one track, easy enough. So you don't have to do any editing. But I usually do the multi-track so that I can kind of edit out certain. It makes it easier to edit because I can do each person on their own track, and if someone coughs or something or their phone goes off, I can kind of edit around that. So usually I do the multi-track download anyway, so we're gonna do that. This part's gonna be very tedious. But... Okay, so now we got that downloaded, so we go back into Audition, import all those different tracks and everything. Alright, so I have all those downloaded. They're loading in right now. So this is the whole recording session. This is all my voice right now. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen.
What'd you do?
Audition error. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I think it's just because it's not running properly. Let's give it a minute.
Okay.
So we're waiting on these to load right now. That's not good though. That's never happened. So I don't know what that's about. Could have an aneurysm. So now we have all everyone else's tracks in Audition. So all I have to do is drag them in here. And I'll have to do a little bit of usually what I'll do is I will listen back to it and then make any changes I need to. Bleep out some language if I need to. Because I usually let us talk freeform, but then I'm like, maybe I should censor some of that. So I'll do that. And so now I have all 4 of us on here. And then I will have to go through and listen to everything. I'll also have to line it up because the audition recording and the Discord recordings are not at the same time. But I still, so this is kind of a harder way to do it, but I still like to do that so that my audition track sounds better. Let's see. So basically all I do, I mean, this part's just like, editing is just tedious nonsense. So not fun to watch, but all you have to do is, all I do is go through it. If there's anything I need to do, any cuts I need to make, I'll do that. And then I'll move topics around if I need to. So once I have all 4 of the tracks in there, once I have all those done, edited, and I'm happy with that, I'll put in some royalty-free music. I usually use the same music every episode because it's fun and funky and sounds like a podcast intro, so I usually use that, and then I'll use it as an outro as well. For this one, I'm probably going to go find a different Halloween spooky music track, probably one that's still pretty funky and fun. So once I get that in there, then I'll export. Usually I'll export like whatever part of the session I want to be a full episode. And I'll export that. And then we get to go to So for me, I have to sign it. So for distribution, what I use Anchor, which is like an official, it's an official site that's partnered with Spotify. So what they do is they do all the publishing work for you. So they'll publish to like a bunch of different podcast avenues. So the podcast is actually on, usually most people just listen on Spotify or directly through Anchor, but it's also on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of other stuff I've never even heard of, like Radio Public, Pocket Casts, Overcast, Breaker, which is cool. Also, it's obviously on the PMN website, so that's really nice. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm able to set up, title episodes, make descriptions, edit in different segments, because usually for the ad segments, I will have to cut up the episode as it is so that I can fit in an ad in between certain edits, because the ads are not actually recorded out like during the podcast. The ads are recorded beforehand and they're externally put in through the Anchor website. So I actually have to upload different segments of the episode and then put the ad in between. I'll show you how that works actually. Actually, let's like start a new episode. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So this is like the screen you see. You can also record right from just through Anchor. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend editing through Anchor either. It's not very intuitive. I just use it for the actual publication of the episode. So all you have to do is upload. You can upload your files right here, and then you can add in ad segments between segments of the recorded episode. And then let's go to some episodes. Now let's go to an episode and just see an example of kind of the edit page. Actually, let's go to the first episode because it looks more impressive because it has more views. So for example, here's episode 1. So this is just kind of what it looks like. You can see the analytics. Most people listened to it right when it came out, and then as more people discover the podcast over time, you can see a couple little spikes right here where people started listening to the first episode. So yeah, you can see your analytics here, your performance, how it stacks up to other episodes. Episode 1 is still like the most listened to by a little bit of a margin, which makes sense, of course, because it was all new and everything. So definitely don't expect like consistent viewership right out the gate, because because most people are going to be curious and it might not be their thing. So don't let that discourage you, though. So yeah, I just have like the edited or the. For me, I used to include timestamps for different topics because the episodes were so long. But lately, I've just been not doing that because the episodes have gotten shorter. Because I found out, or I kind of realized that shorter episodes are going to attract more viewers, or at least it's going to keep viewership listening throughout the whole episode. So that's usually what I do now. So the episodes are shorter, and people seem to be more receptive to them that way. So this is the total plays for like everything. You can see like the trends and how people listen on different days, different spikes when big episodes come out. Then we have different episodes with different viewerships. And then you can see all the countries we get listeners in, which is really interesting. Obviously, most people are people I know, U.S., but we also got Ireland, Switzerland, Brazil, Germany, Singapore. I don't know how they're finding the podcast, but that's really cool. Let's see. That's funny. I just found a little Easter egg. It says Earth 100% viewership and none of the other planets. That's funny. All the different platforms that it's listened on. It actually looks like Spotify has gone down to 50%. It seems like more people are finding other ways to listen. We got 4% Anchor, 3% Overcast. Okay, 37% Other. That's interesting. And you got gender and age demographics. Most are younger people. Yeah, not as many older people, of course. Except my grandma, she loves it. So yeah, once you schedule your episode, you can have it published immediately or schedule it for another time. Simple as that. I'm not a professional by any means. This stuff is easy. It's just time consuming. So all you have to do is at least be passionate about it to a point, and you can do it. If you have something you would like to talk about, I actually have ideas for like 50 podcasts I could do, but I stick to this one because it's better for me. It's more general. It's more freeform. It's not as, I don't have to organize it as well. I do have other ideas for future different podcasts, but that's another conversation. So yeah, that's pretty much most of what goes into it, other than, more traditional stuff like doing show notes and everything. Simple as that. If you want to do a podcast, it's super easy. Just have something to talk about, plan to talk about it, get some people you like to talk to with good chemistry. That's all you need. Ta-da.
Perfect timing.